Hey folks, I'm inside my car and Kaiser's over here. I have to go quick to town and buy some groceries for the next couple days. There could be a blizzard tomorrow, but there's a 20% chance of it to happen, but otherwise it will be just pretty nasty weather coming in, and he is out of wet food, so he has to get this food. He likes it. Let's go quick to town, come back, and let's see what else we can do around the farm. Hey folks, there was a very interesting question that kind of popped up. Was one of the viewers who asked me, Ronny, you're so publicly now showing your farm, each building, you show how you get there basically too. Are you not afraid for your safety? And I'm not. I'm not at all afraid for my safety because we have several security measurements on the farm here. For one thing, we have over 10 cameras, which are 24/7 on all of our buildings. There's like a little marker that says, hey, you are being recorded 24/7. Like for instance, right here on that pole is a camera. Then of all of my entrances and inside my house are cameras. Same over on my dad's house. He has several cameras. And we even have cameras over on the barn on the backside and on the front who are always recording. So that's one of the safety measurements that we have. And then of course, when you live as far north rural as we do, you have to deal with potential threats from wildlife. I made an episode in German where I talked about that we have wolves, coyotes, bears, moose, all kinds of things that can come into our yard, and we always have to be cautious about that. And we haven't had that happen yet in the time that I have been here, that we got attacked by wildlife, but it can happen, and so you have to be prepared. And I'm very fortunate that the neighbor across the road is a very, very good hunter, and we are hunters too around here too. So that's kind of a good thing to have the experience for that too. And then number 3, we are so rural. Nobody comes up here. It's too cold. If there's the criminal rate up north here is so low, it's unbelievable. And we have no homeless people really around here because they would die if they would be outside. So all of these kind of really negative things that you experience in big cities are not really around here. So I wanted to include that little segment that I feel safe on the farm at all times. So let's go over in the barn and see what we can do over there. Hey folks, here we are in Claire Patterson room number 1. And a little bit of a hint, I'm actually working on number 2 coming up here. And it's probably not going to be a room like it's what you see here. It's going to be something really cool. I hope this is going to come to fruition, that part. I've been working on it behind the curtains, and if it happens, it's going to be so awesome for my production. So here we are, and I saw online that people, instead of using mason jars, they also use little Tupperwares, like these little guys here. And there's a lot more square footage, if you want to say it like that, versus the little circular ones. So, and they're really easily to reuse. They're pretty cheap to buy. They're a lot better actually than a mason jar financially and square foot wise. So I will give it a try. I will make some agar right now with it. But before we can do that, I have to disinfect myself, disinfect my area again here, and be as clean as possible in this process. A lot of people actually do it inside a still box, and I have kind of a still box here going. But let's be as clean as possible when we fill these guys with agar. I have to see if I have to make some more. And when you make your own agar, what you want a malt extract and some distilled water. And you heat up the distilled water to boiling point, put it all together, mix it a little bit, and then you put it in your containers. I have another one that's I had left over. I made too much, and I hope that my pressure cooker can make it to a liquid again, because it was in the refrigerator. And when it's in the refrigerator, it kind of gets really gelatin structure. Basically, that's what it is. It's a gelatin. So let's do that. And I will check with you in once the area is all cleaned and we have everything ready. All right? See you there. Hey folks, it actually all went really good. And a couple things that I really liked about it was when you put the hot agar into this little Tupperware, it kind of puffed it up first, which was part of the heat expansion. Then you quickly opened up one corner, closed it again, and then you could really feel how it sucked it all in and sealed it in here. So I'm pretty sure it's pretty sterile and nice and clean. However, I will leave it out here in this form for a couple of days to see if I caused any contamination in my process, which can happen. But my flow hood was on. It was blowing fresh, sterile, clean air onto it. I had this hot agar solution, which is, you know, hot is pretty clean. So we will see how that all develops. And these containers here are twice as big as my little mason jars that I had before. And it's gonna be really nice because I can use one of these for 2 grain jars, which is gonna improve my production later on. Kind of interesting that I saw it and I was like immediately like, oh man, I wish I would have done that right away versus the little mason jars, because those are gonna be so much easier to clean as well. So we'll see how that all develops. I will let it sit here for a couple of days, see if there's any growth happening on it. If there's no growth happening on it, I will be able to put it in the refrigerator or use it right away. When it's in a refrigerator, it can last in there for several months. So, pretty happy about it. Things are good. And I will say goodbye from here today. Thank you so much for watching. It's always great that you join me on this journey of growing mushrooms. And it's gonna be a lot of cool things coming in the future. So, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.